In today's video, we are going to study solid state. The different type of substances that are present around us, they are solids or liquids or gases. Means we are surrounded by all the three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases. However, solids are more common than liquids and gases. The main point in which the solid differ from liquid and gases is the fact that gases and liquid possess a property what is called as fluidity. So gases and liquids, they have a property in common and that is called as fluidity. What is fluidity, students? Is the ability to flow. That is called fluidity. They can flow and hence they are called as fluids. Whereas solids do not possess fluidity. Instead, they have a property what is called as rigidity. Now, what is rigidity and why solids they are rigid while liquid and gases they have the ability to flow is based on the strength of the intermolecular interactions. This is because let us study the structure, actually what the solid, liquid and gases exhibit. So if I want to show the solid physical state and the atoms which are there, then I can show a solid in this way where the atoms they are closely packed to each other and the intermolecular interactions, that is the bond or the force of attraction between the atoms here is very strong. If I see the same for liquids, then the intermolecular interactions they are comparatively weaker as compared to solids. But if I see the same for gases, then the intermolecular interactions they are almost negligible. Means the intermolecular interactions they are very weak in gases as compared to liquid or solids. Now when I say that the intermolecular interactions they are very strong in solids, so what happens? The atoms, molecules or the ions, they cannot move from its regular place and therefore they oscillate at their mean position. Now because of this rigidity by the solids, they have definite shape. So they are having definite shape. They have definite volume and they are hard in nature. But if you see liquids or gases, they don't have definite shape here because they take the shape of the container. Here in gases, they try to occupy the entire space or the entire volume in which they are enclosed. They are soft. So what makes the solid different from liquids and gases is the intermolecular interactions and their ability to possess rigidity. And so, I can define a solid as it is a form of matter that possess rigidity and hence possesses a definite shape and volume. So this is how I can define a solid. It is a form of matter that possesses rigidity and hence possesses a definite shape and volume. Now, the immediate questions what arises is, why do some substances exist as solids? What are the general characteristics of solids? Can we distinguish or differentiate the solids in further subgroups? What should be the dependence of boiling and melting point if you see the nature of interacting forces? How the properties of solids can be modified due to some imperfections? So this everything will be studied in this chapter. So let us see some of the characteristics of solid states. Very important thing is that when we study about the characteristic properties, there are some exceptions also. The first very important characteristic of solid state is this state is denser. So let us see the characteristics now. characteristics of solids. First, it is denser. Then liquids or gases. But again, there is some exception. Exception is, you can say that ice, which is solid, but it is lighter as compared to normal water. Next, you have mercury, which exists in the liquid state and has a relative high density of 13.6 gram per ml. Next important characteristics of solid is they are incompressible. So, incompressible means they are hard. Hard means when I try to compress them, they will crush down into pieces. But exception here is sodium, potassium, phosphorus, which are soft. So those are some of the exceptions and some of the characteristics of solid state. Now, you know that the first very important point to be discussed again as we are studying solid state is that in solids, the intermolecular interactions, they are very, very strong. Second point is they have definite shape, they are hard, they have definite volume, and the very, very important thing is they are comparatively denser as compared to liquids or gases. They are incompressible. As the constituent particles of solids, they are held tightly by intermolecular forces. The particles, they are stationary and cannot change their positions, and so they cannot be poured like liquids or gases. This is what we have discussed under fluidity or ability to flow. Next very important thing about solids is all pure solids, they have sharp melting points. You know that melting point or boiling point of any substance is its characteristic property. For solids, we are considering melting point. This depends upon the strength of the intermolecular interactions. I can say that the stronger the intermolecular interactions, higher will be the melting point because more energy will be required to overcome those interactions because melting point is directly proportional to stability. Now, melting point may vary from 0 to many thousand Kelvin like in diamond. So, this is all about the characteristics of solids. Now, the next question is why the solids, they are rigid or they exhibit rigidity. To know this better, let us say why substances they exist in solid state. So, substances or why substances exist as solids. This is a question. Now we know that this is only and only because of the intermolecular interactions. So I can say the first reason is intermolecular interactions. Students, interactions here, I mean the attractive forces that exhibit or that exist between the atoms. As we have studied in 11th standard, those interaction forces may be van der Waals interactions, dipole-dipole interaction, dipole-induced dipole interactions. So this type of interactions they exhibit between the atoms or the molecules of the solid. Now let us come to the intermolecular interactions, that these are the forces existing among the constituent particles which try to keep the constituent particles closely bounded to each other like we have seen in the diagram. So that is the first reason why solids they exist as rigid and why some of the substances they exist as solids. The second very important thing is the thermal energy. Now, what is this thermal energy? This is the energy possessed by the constituent particles due to temperature. So, this energy is exhibited because of temperature. This energy tries to keep the constituent particles apart as it tends to make them move faster. At low temperature, the thermal energy is quite low. But intermolecular forces are so strong that the particles are brought very close together, and as a result, the constituent particles occupy fixed positions and then they are unable to move except that they can oscillate about their mean positions, and hence the substances they exist in the solid state. Now this is our main two reasons why substances they exhibit in solid state. So how we can classify the solids here? We can broadly classify the solids in two types, that is amorphous and crystalline, that will be seen in the next video. So let us see some of the characteristic properties of solid state. Now as we have discussed here that they are denser, so constituent particles they are closely packed, they have relative high density, they have definite shape and definite volume, and they are incompressible. So this is all about solids. Liquids and gases will not be covered in this chapter because we will be continuing with the solid state. So how the solids they are classified? So we will see that in the next video. So please, if you like my video, please like it, share it, and please subscribe my channel. Thank you, students.